afternoon, YouTubers. Time to put another recipe up. There we have a swede, parsnips, a couple of parsnips, a turnip, some carrots. I'll peel all these, get there's a little bit of age spots on them, but they're still fine. And some tomatoes, celery. I just started chopping the onion before I decided to film this. I'm going to stop while I do all the chopping, and once I've done the onions I'll saute them first in a little bit of olive oil. Probably it's about a tablespoon and a half olive oil. Okay, I just added that last white onion that I chopped in there, so I've got 2 onions slowly sauteing. I'll be chopping 2 more white onions, and these veggies will all be going in the farm soup. 3 white onions and 1 salad onion in there, cooking in the stock pot, and just on low heat with a bit of oil. I don't want to brown it, I just want to get the bite out of the onion, so I guess it's till it's becoming a little bit clear. Onto the celery now, this much celery, which I'll chop up and add, actually do the carrots and celery and then add them into the onion as well to saute for a moment. As you can see, there's a lot of chopping involved. There's the celery diced, the swede has been diced, I've still got to do parsnips and carrots, etc. Okay, so finished chopping all those veg, and you can see it's virtually filling the stock pot. I've added about a litre of homemade chicken stock. You can see the liquid there. I might top it up with water because I don't think that's quite enough, but for now I'm bringing it up to the boil. You can see all those delicious vegetables. Such beautiful colours. You can see the onion in there. I think that it's gone clear with cooking but not brown. You actually want to taste individual flavours. When this soup's made well, you know what vegetables are in it. You can distinguish different flavours of all the veggies. It's very comfort food, I should say. Not a comfortable food, it's a good comfort food. This is what my mum's mum used to make on the farm. That's why we call it farm soup. It'd probably have a lot of other names, and many countries use the aromatics vegetables like your basic onion, celery and carrot, and then we've got the turnip, swede and parsnip. I've also added 3 tomatoes that were getting a little bit soft, and I got rid of all the seeds out of them. I've just used the flesh of the tomatoes. Okay, you can see that's starting to warm up. I'll just wait till it comes to the boil. And for a little bit further flavour, the other thing I'm going to add, I won't add salt just yet, but I'll add bay leaf. And because I've only got small bay leaves, I'm actually adding 3 bay leaves, and I've got 6 black peppercorns. Add those in as well. And I don't want to salt it until later. I'll do it to taste. So once that comes to a bit of a simmer, I'll probably add a little bit more water and then put it down on a very low heat. And I only got 2 additions to add, which is going to turn it from vegetable soup into farm soup. Yeah, I'll get those. Okay, you can see we have the bacon hocks in there. Just make sure they're down underneath the veggies. Get yourself down there, Mr. Bacon Hock. That's where all your beautiful rich flavour comes from, the bacon. Okay, now it's just going to need a little bit more water because this is going to slow cook for many hours. virtually when the bacon's falling off the bone and all the flavours in the stock. then that'll be ready. And sometimes I can add a little bit of salt if it's needed, but often it doesn't need anything. It's got so much flavour as it is. Okay, a little bit of top up with the, this is just some cold water. Remembering that there's going to be some evaporation, but also remembering not to over dilute your stock because you want that concentrated flavour. So okay, there's just these last additions to the soup. Tomato puree. You can also use the crushed tomatoes. I just like this puree. That's 1 tin. And some pearl barley. You can use up to half a cup. Good for added fibre. I'm just going to use 1/3 of a cup because I'm keeping the stock amount a bit lower, so the fluid, we haven't got as much fluid to absorb the pearl barley, so I don't want it to get too thick. The soup is quite thick as it is. So. Right, you see me mixing that in. Some people can add 2 or 3 cloves of garlic. We don't like to add the garlic to ours. Yeah, so that's just that little bit added tomato flavour, and as I said before, I added the 3 overripe tomatoes without the seeds. So now 1 tin of either crushed tomatoes or tomato puree, just for this large amount. Doesn't overpower with tomato, just a little bit of added flavour, another layer. And the pearl barley for fibre. There you see it's returned to a simmer after adding the tomato. It's on the lowest gas setting that I can manage without the gas flame going out. And that will just be little bubble, bubble, bubble. Mmm, delicious. I can smell. I wish we had smell-o-vision, because already you can smell a little bit of the vegetable flavour. I could smell the onions earlier when I was cooking, reducing them or sweating them off, I think they call it. And you can smell the aromatic vegetables too, as they, I guess their flavour is going into the stock a little bit already. And of course the bacon, the smoky bacon hock, is definitely adding a nice nice aroma. I'll just push that bay leaf down, and I'll leave all the flavours get in touch with each other. Looking forward to this, but not tonight unfortunately. Okay, we're back at the farm soup, and this is 2 1/4 hours since we put the soup on to simmer. And I'm just going to, as you can see, there's a little bit of reduction in the stock. The veggies are all cooking lovely. You can see the barley there. I don't know if you can see little grains of barley there. They're all tender now. I'm just going to check the bacon should be falling off the bone. And if it is, we can turn the heat off. So you can see that yeah, that's just fall apart. The bone's just separated from the meat so easily. And I'll just get that little bit of meat there. Just see that meat? That's going to be part of the soup as well. Look at how tender that is. That's just cooked beautifully. Really tender. So I'm happy with that. The farm soup is ready, but we won't eat it now. As I said, the heat just come off. I'll push that meat back in there to keep it under the moisture. I'm going to get rid of this skin and the bones. Once this cools down, I'll pull them out and strip off all the lovely meat, get rid of the skin and bones. And there you have the beautiful farm soup with all the veggies. Rich, tasty soup, and it smells delish. You can see all the barley there, carrots. Okay, and we'll give you a shot of when it's served tomorrow. Okay, as promised, here is the final result, which is the beautiful farm soup. And I'll just have a little taste test with the bacon and the veggies. Let's see what that's like. Oh, it's hot. Beautiful. And that bacon is just so tender, that meat.